8:14, and the tropics have gotten rather active over the last 24 hours or so. Last night, we had our first tropical storm, or tropical system, I should say, start to develop there in the Gulf of Mexico. We've been watching that area for several days, and potential tropical cyclone number 1 formed at 5 o'clock yesterday. So in the 8 a.m. advisory, the movement is north at 6 miles per hour with winds at 40 miles per hour. Now, 40-mile-per-hour winds would officially make it a tropical storm. Its name would be Alberto, but it doesn't have the closed circulation required to call it a tropical storm. So we'll continue to watch that. It may or may not happen by the time it makes landfall. That's likely to happen Wednesday night into early Thursday morning with some significant impacts to parts of Mexico, especially around the mountains with some mudslides and flooding likely. We'll also have some impacts in Texas. New this morning, most of it was a tropical storm watch, now a tropical storm warning. Storm surge, especially from, say, Corpus Christi southward, 3 to 4 feet and as much as 5 to 10 inches of rain. We take a look at some of those color contours, and again, especially central to southern coast of Texas, as much as 5 to 10 inches of rain. Now, we're not looking at much rain at all. We continue to be fairly dry. There is another system that may develop near the Bahamas and head toward the southeast coast, but it looks like it's not going to become a tropical system. It has only a very small chance of doing so. So it may bump up our humidity, but it's not likely to bring us a whole lot of rain. Again, our first system would be Alberto if it does get that closed circulation. Rain and flooding in Texas and Mexico, and we're just looking at very minimal chances of an impact here. Behind this first system, a second one may develop over the weekend, and then of course we're also watching what could develop here off the southeast coast, but it looks minimal at this point. As a matter of fact, its chances have dropped a little bit in the last 24 hours. So here's tropical cyclone potential number 1, and that will make landfall again late Wednesday, spreading some rain up into Texas. After that, we'll watch that wave that develops off the southeast coast. May bring some rain into Georgia and South Carolina, but notice how it just really misses North Carolina. That second system develops in the Gulf of Mexico over the weekend and is likely to bring more heavy rain to a place that's already seen some heavy rain. Checking our cameras, looking at partly cloudy skies across our area. The heat, of course, continues to be our big story over the weekend. We're looking at a heat index by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday approaching the triple digits. We have very little rain in our forecast, a 20% chance on Saturday and Sunday, and a 30% chance on Monday. So heat remains the big story around here through the weekend. Ken?
Elizabeth, we continue to monitor that breaking news there on I-40, the westbound lanes around the Carrie Harrison exit. This is what it looks like on our sensors. You can see it's bumper to bumper traffic. Nick Perlin in the WRAL breaking news tracker is on the scene. You can see it right there. Right now they're in the
We're looking at Chapel Hill, and you can see a little bit of cloud cover and some blue sky. We're seeing a mix of sun and clouds all across the viewing area this morning. Heading out the door, temperatures are starting to climb into the low 70s. Our humidity is sort of middle of the road, so it feels okay out there. If you're planning to do any exercise, headed out for pickleball, you want to do it as early as you can, preferably before lunchtime. We'll hit mid-80s at lunchtime and then low 90s this afternoon under partly cloudy skies. We'll be rain-free.